How's it going, YouTube? I'm Trent with Visual Torch, where cybersecurity meets clarity, and today we'll be going over day 12 of TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber. If you're new here, we've already went through days 1 through 11, and if you're trying to figure out what the Advent of Cyber is, every year TryHackMe releases a 24-day challenge where each day is a brand new room and or challenge, and it covers topics from cloud security to how to spot phishing emails to SOC alerts and much more. So if you're brand new to cyber and you're looking for a way to learn, or even if you want to upskill, that Advent of Cyber is a great place to start. And every day that you complete one of the rooms, you'll be getting a ticket. And that ticket will grant you entry to a number of prizes that they will raffle off at the end of the campaign. And the total amount of the prizes cover over $150,000. So, like I said, it's a great way to start and possibly win a great prize from TryHackMe. So, with that said, we'll be diving into day number 12. Okay, and as you can see, today's one is we're going to be going over phishing. Fish miss greetings. So the box is started, and here is today's story. Since McSkitty's disappearance, TBFC's defensive has been weakened, and now the email protection platform is down. With filters offline, the staff must triage every suspicious message manually. The SOC team suspects Malhair's exploit bunnies have sent phishing messages to TBFC's users to steal credentials and disrupt SOCMAS. So we have joined their incident response task force to help identify which emails are legit or phishing attempts. But we must beware, some phishing attempts are clever, disguised as routine TBFC operations, volunteer signups, or SOCMAS event logs. So every wrong call could bring Wareville one step closer to Eastmas becoming a reality. So we'll be learning how to spot phishing emails, learn trending phishing email techniques, and we'll understand the difference between spam and phishing. So this is the box right here that we will be opening up. And if you have any questions on what we're doing, or you want to know more about cyber, just go ahead and drop them down in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions as we go along. So, phishing is one of the oldest cyber tricks in the books. You may have seen it with those things like the Nigerian prince scam, where they're sending you saying, hey, I'm a Nigerian prince and I need help with this money being moved. That was some of the oldest phishing emails that went out, but it's still effective today. So as companies like TBFC strengthen their defenses with advanced email filters and security tools, attackers have evolved their tactics to stay one step closer. So some of the common intentions behind phishing is going to be credential theft, malware delivery, data exfiltration, and financial fraud. So we can see in this message right here that they screenshotted is we have this message saying, hi there, this email is inform you that I have a new account and I need to set it up for direct deposit before the next payroll is finished. Could you let me know the details for you to help me with this? So it's from this person named Peter, and they're sending from this person pretending to be Peter, and they're sending to this from this Gmail account to Patrick at TBFC. And that is they're just trying to get into direct deposit. I've actually seen this in person. I've seen someone send something to the financial department for somewhere I work for, and they were asking them basically to send them the login credentials so they can, get in and change the payment terms. So we can see a sample phishing message from the attacker attempting to impersonate an employee by using a free domain, gmail.com. So with corporate perimeters now heavily fortified, phishing remains the easiest pathway to initial access. So it targets the one vulnerability technology cannot fix, and that's people. So I tell people that they're no longer trying to hack systems, they're trying to hack you. And that one mistake can end up getting malware on your system, or credentials being stolen, or even more data being stolen. So why spam is not phishing? When it comes to spam, it is just digital noise. It's annoying, but most of the time is harmless. Phishing, however, is a precision strike, in this case from Malware's exploit bunnies, crafted to deceive the TBFC employees and open a path to the company's defenses. So spam, they're just trying to get out as much as they can, trying to flood everything. But with phishing, they are trying to actually get something from you. A lot of times they try to target specific users. That's when you go into spear phishing. And if they want to go and try and attack higher ups of the company, that's what you call whale phishing. So the common intentions behind spam messages is just one, promotion, just trying to get their products out there. Sometimes they are scam. It's a quick get rich scheme. Sometimes it is traffic generation. They're just trying to drive users to external sites. And sometimes it's just to collect active email accounts. So we're going to take a look at a spam message here. As you look through, it says, I hope this email finds you well. They're saying we know it can be challenging to manage large-scale festivities, and they want to know if they'll partner with the Candy Cane Co. And it lists that they deal automated scheduling, centralized supply trafficking, real-time updates, and they'll love to learn more about how TBFC currently handles. So this isn't phishing. This is just spam. Someone's just trying to send out as much. Sometimes it could be just a legitimate email that they just went ahead and sent, and they're only sending it to a couple of people, but a lot of times they try and send it as much as possible. So what we need to always do is we need to look for the intention behind the email. Not every unwanted email is a threat, and sometimes it's just spam. So we're going to now be going over some of the techniques. So one of them is going to be impersonation. That's where they try to act like someone they're not, a department, or even a service to lure users. It's a way to gain credibility by impersonating the recipient manager or the important person within the company. So that's when we see a lot of times like, hey, Microsoft has found this vulnerability on your system. Please go ahead and click this link to remediate it. And then that's where you're like, hey, Microsoft's never going to email me about a virus that I got on my computer, but you have to pay attention for things like that. So this one is an urgent email from McSkitty VPN access for incident response. So we can see that they are trying to impersonate McSkitty by using this McSkitty with some numbers behind it at gmail.com. They sent it to the blue team. And you can see here, they're saying, I'm currently unreachable by my phone, I have an ongoing incident, and I need remote access. Please create new VPN access for me immediately and send it to my personal email. And you're like, wait, hold on. Why does McSkitty need VPN access sent to their personal email address? Like, this is a work event. You shouldn't be logging into work stuff from your personal email. So that should, one, raise flags. So if the sender's email matches the internal domain or the standard email structure of the company, that's what they're trying to do with impersonation. They tried to do it from Gmail though, so it's a little bit quicker for you to spot. And social engineering and phishing is the art of manipulating people rather than breaking technology. They craft believable stories, email, calls, or chat messages to exploit emotions. So they're always going to try and get you to feel some type of emotion, sense of urgency, fear, or reward. And it's a real world context to lure the recipients of a message. So if we go look at this, they're going to break down that we have impersonation, we have a sense of urgency. There is a side channel where they're trying to get you to reach out to McSkitty on a personal email rather than standard communication lines. And then there's malicious intent. They're trying to get you to give them VPN credentials. So we can see the impersonation starts here with McSkitty. And then it says, hey, don't reach out to McSkitty. I'm unreachable by phone. Bring that story. And then they're trying to get this done immediately. And there's another sense of urgency here. So then there's a thing called typo squatting and puny code. So typo squatting is when an attacker registers a common misspelling of an organization's domain. For example, instead of using GitHub, they replace the I with the L to make you think that this looks like GitHub at a quick glance. And here's some common ones that they have. Put in a U and replacing an O in Google instead of an O. Typos, they'll also leave off a S here, or they'll reverse the letters. So they figure you're just going to be scanning this email pretty quickly. You're not going to actually pay attention to what is going on. So on the other hand, Punycode is a special encoding system that converts Unicode characters used in writing systems like Chinese, Cyrillic, and Arabic into ASCII. When typing Punycodes into the web browser, this can be translated into ASCII format, which is then accepted by DNS. So with that resource, they decided to replace identical Latin letters. For example, the standard A could be replaced with a Greek A. And we'll see here is that they went ahead in Cyrillic and see right here, they're in Cyrillic, they went ahead and replaced the TRY in TryHackMe. So it will look, so you'll say hackme, and then this will be encoded, and this is what it'll look like in the URL bar. So here is an example right here where they use the Latin letter F instead of the normal F to make you think that this is coming from the TBFC account. And everything else in there says TBFC IT. And it says the easy way to identify Punycodes is to look in the return path of the email. On an open email, there's a header preview. Sometimes I notice like in Google, you can open it in original format, and that's where it'll actually show you the message overview at. And here we go. The next one is going to be spoofing, where they try another way to trick that. They think you're receiving emails from a legitimate source. So the email right here looks like it's coming from TBFC, but if we actually take a look into actual headers and some more of the advanced filters, we can actually see where this is coming from. So you can see they're saying, hey, you have a new message from McSkitty. They're pretending to be McSkitty, and they're pretending to use the TBFC domain. So when we actually look into the headers for this email, we can look at the authentication results and the return path. So here we can see that SPF failed, DKIM failed, and DMARC failed. And in the return path, this is where they're actually going to return the email to. So now we know that it's not going to a TBFC account. So on the authentication results, SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are security checks that help confirm that an email really is who it says it's from. So SPF says that servers are allowed to send emails for a domain. DKIM adds a digital signature to prove that it wasn't changed and it really came from that domain. And then you have DMARC, which uses both SPF and DKIM to decide what to do if something looks fake. So when it comes to email security, you'll know that you need to look at DMARC records, and DKIM and SPF is something that you will need for your organization. So if both SPF and DMARC fail, it's a strong sign that the email is spoof, and meaning the sender isn't who it claims to be. So everything failed. Then you also have malicious links, which is another way of them phishing. So they'll send these attachments, which really could be some type of malware or some entry point for them to get into your system. And they always send it with a sense of urgency. Hey, download this invoice right now. And once you download it and open it, it's off to the races with malware being ran, passwords are stolen. And then let's see, trending phishing. Since email platforms and security tools got much better at blocking suspicious messages, the malwares, exploit bunnies, and other attackers had to change the game. Instead of sending malware files, they now focus on tricking users into leaving the company's secure environment. They often use legitimate tools or websites to make their lures look trustworthy and get users to hand over their credentials or download the malicious files themselves. So this is what it'll look like. They'll send you an attractive email, which is really a phishing email saying, hey, maybe you've won something, or You need to log in to check a salary that's been approved, and they'll use common applications. They'll use Word files. They'll use OneCloud, Google Drive, and also Dropbox. So once you go in there, you'll look like you're authenticating to these actual sites. But once you do, it's actually either a malicious file that'll be generated, or they can steal your credentials. So if you've seen any clever phishing attempts in your time, maybe recently, do me a favor and drop it down in the chat. I would love to hear what you've seen, even when they may have almost tripped you up. So then we're going to take it further. So this is legit applications. So we can see in this one, they have a subject that they're sharing with you, the Christmas laptop upgrade agreement. So here we can see puny code was used, which gave us a fake domain where they replaced this with the Greek letter F. The proposal is attractive. When we get down here, they're trying to get you to open a OneDrive. So they're telling you open this and put in your credentials so you can get your laptop upgraded. And then we also go into fake web pages, where once you get taken to the actual web page, it'll look like the legitimate one, but it's just used for them to track your actual credentials. It's simple. It mimics login pages, and most of the times they create fake platforms, login portals such as Microsoft Office 365 or Google. So above is the fake login. We can insert the fake domain, microsoftonline.login, and it's 4441.sign. That doesn't look like, this part right here will tell you this isn't a Microsoft domain. But quick looking, you're not looking up at that email address, and you're going right in here to put in your stuff. So then we have side channel attacks, where the attacker tries to move the conversation off email to another channel, such as SMS, web app, or Telegram, even a phone call or video. They may text you a link, share a document, or any ways to continue their social engineering. So in this one, they pretend again to be McSkitty, and they said, I have a task I would like for you to handle. Respond with your WhatsApp number once you get my email and wait for the message. So now with them moving to the side channel, it's off of the enterprise's network. Can't really detect what happens from there unless the employee hands over their phone for some type of forensics. So now we are going to spot the fish and save sockness. So after we'll read each email, triage through it, and identify 3 clear signals. We'll classify what the email actually is, and once we do it correctly, we will generate the flag. So there are 6 flags in each, and we'll go here to the email selector. Okay, so the first one is saying that it is from PayPal, and it's an invoice from Santa Claus. And it says that Santa Claus has sent us an invoice for $699.89. Note from seller, fraud alert, didn't make this Easter egg order, call PayPal immediately. And there's an invoice number, which we can click and pay. If we scroll down, let's see if there's anything else. We don't have any attachments. We can see that received, SPF failed, DKIM failed, and failed there. It received a signature, but it did fail. We have the date. From is saying it's from PayPal, but the return path goes to this PZ at bbunny 378 at onmicrosoft.com. So let me know if this looks like phishing to you, if it looks like spam. So I'm gonna start off by saying it's phishing, and now we need to figure out exactly what this is. So first, we know it's a fake invoice, that they are pretending to be PayPal. And let's see. Maybe let's go with spoofing, which incorrect. So we don't have impersonation. I'm sorry. That one can be a little tricky. And let's go with is not typo squad, not so. Social engineering checks is not it. Don't have. Sent this invoice. Fake invoice. Attachment. Oh, it will definitely take us to a fake login page. No, maybe sense of urgency. Could it be external sender domain? Typo squatting, side channel. Where is it? Let's go with this one. Doesn't really give a sense of urgency. So maybe it is that one. There we go. So here is the flag. Since it's been terminated. What's going on? Well, we have the first flag. Oh, that isn't 3. Flags will match completely. And let's go to number 2. All right. Maybe that's what it was talking about. Okay. We'll have to reboot this box. There we go. What is it? Every time now the gateway's bad. What's going on? Oh, that's why. Sorry about that. We still have 20 seconds for it to load. Then we'll be back in. Now it should be up. Okay. So now we have that. We have a new audio message from Skitty using, looks like, pretending to be TBFC. You have a new voice message. We have an attachment, which is a .mp4.html file, SPF failed, DKIM failed. We know that we have the sender. Do we have a reply to? No reply. Audio message goes to Easter BB. No links. This is a phishing attempt. Say that is impersonation. We do have a malicious attachment. Side content, external sender, spoofing, fake invoice. Yeah, it looks like there is spoofing because they are trying to say we're TBFC. And we have our next flag. Number 2. second flag is done. Now let's look for flag number 3, urgent. So Mosquitty needs VPN access. We are getting an email pretending to be Mosquitty from this Gmail account. It's the same one we saw in the actual back over here when we're walking through the lab. So we do know that there is impersonation here because they're pretending to be Mosquitty. They need immediate access. And they want us to send it to their personal email address. There's no attachments. We have SPF did pass, probably because it came from Google. DKIM passed. We can see the inline reply to, let's see, was there a return to path? Still Mosquitty. And there was, there's no attachments. So we will go back and we will say that this is phishing. There's impersonation. There is a sense of urgency. Currently unreachable by phone. Incident going on in Blue Team. No spoofing, no side channel, no fake invoice. Social engineering looks like it's what's happening going on there. So we have flag number 3. If you have any questions about cybersecurity, anything about phishing, go ahead and just leave it down in the chat. I'd love to hear and answer your questions. We're on number 3. So actually, I do have an update for day number 10. So day number 10 is still broken. Day number 10 is still broken in the room. So what they did was they let you check the answers without getting the flags. So we went ahead and just completed that. Once it's fixed, I can go back and actually walk through the SOC triage with you. So we have this new one titled it's an annual salary approval PDF that they want us to open. And they're pretending to be from the HR department, but there's a Dropbox. And it is saying, hi there, you have a pending document to be signed regarding your recent salary raise approval. Everyone I know would love to hear the salary is going up. And it wants to copy and paste the URL below. And if we don't have a Dropbox account. So we can go ahead and see there's no attachments. We do have SPF pass, DKIM, probably pass as well. And we have the signature. HR department is who they're saying they are. All right. So we know this is phishing. We will say that it is impersonation because they're pretending to be the HR department. We will say that social engineering text. Let's see if this takes it. This should take us to a fake login file. So I wonder if that is going to be the last one. So we got impersonation and social engineering text. Maybe it is a sense of urgency. No. All right. No fake invoice, no typo swatting. Is it external? Because it's at Dropbox. They didn't actually spoof it. So yes, it was external sender domain because it came from Gmail. So we have flag number 4. Now let's look at improve your event logistics disowness. So they're saying they hope this email finds us well. They want to know about how they can, how we can use Candy Core company and logistics platform. It's not really much here. It is being sent from Candy Co. That's who we're expecting it to come from. There's There's no attachment. SPF passed, DKIM passed, and the return path matches. So this is actually spam. So now we have this flag number 5. And now we're on the last flag, which is flag number 6. So we do have that they're pretending to be TBFC IT, and we can see puny code is being used right here because this isn't a real F. Well, this is the normal F. This is the Latin F. And they say here's a document to be shared with us. And we can go ahead and see if we can open this link. Server not found. Okay. Actually, Microsoft online.co, which is telling me that it's sending me somewhere it's not supposed to. Normally you don't click on the links, you just hover, but it's just to show you like they were doing in the actual walkthrough. So SPF pass, DKIM pass as well, and the return to path is this weird thing I don't even know what that domain is. So we can see that it is phishing. We know that typo squatting and puny codes is happening. Go back up here, they shared a document with us. So they are impersonating. And we will say social engineering text, fake login page, Melissa's document. There wasn't no attachment, right? No attachment. Spoofing fake invoice. Was it this one? No, it was an external sender. Fake login page. Nope, because we never got it to load. I'll say social engineering text. There we go. And we have number 6. And did I finish? Did I check this one off here, up top? Let me just make sure I close this box. Check that one off. Okay. Now we can be done with this one. So now we have that day 12 is completed. We'll say that we go ahead and continue. And these are the tickets that you'll be getting. So each day they will be giving out they will be going over a new box will be released, and I'll show it to you. So these are the days here, and you can complete each one and you'll get a ticket for each day. And then they will enter you in for a drawing. And I think the prizes are up here. So we can go over to show you what the prizes are. That was what you'll learn. View prizes right here. So the total pool of it is $150,000, and you'll receive you can win some really, really cool things. So I do urge you guys all to fill it out. Go ahead and go through these. You'll learn something new. So if you're new to cyber, go ahead and take a look at it. If you want to stay up to date with everything that Visual Torch is doing, you want to follow on to these daily challenges, do us a favor, hit the follow button, like and subscribe, and we'll tune in tomorrow where we go over day 13. All right, everyone, have a great day.